Right now, with small businesses struggling, help is on the way. How owners can apply for millions of dollars, that is now on the table.
Plus, we are hearing from one Wisconsin farmer about how his business is navigating its way through production shortages in the meat industry.
And we have sunshine this morning, but don't be fooled. It's going to be much cooler than it was yesterday. All the full forecast coming up.
This is News 3 Now this morning.
Good morning, everyone. Hope you had a great weekend. It is Monday, May 4th. I'm Josh Brighter.
And I'm Chris Stanford.
And I'm Leah Lynchide. Thanks for joining us on your Monday morning. Let's get right to your top headlines to start your week. Dane County is continuing efforts to lift up local businesses this week. They're increasing funding for its Small Business Pandemic Support Grant program by $10 million. Any small business in Dane County in need of financial support during this pandemic can apply for the grant, with the possibility of receiving between $1,000 and $50,000. That funding covers any expenses local businesses need help with, including keeping employees.
Our local businesses need help now, and we are here to do everything in our power to help them and their employees survive this unprecedented crisis.
Dane Buy Local Executive Director Colin Murray says they're extremely grateful for the funding, but it doesn't come close to what the county actually needs.
The last time I added it up last week, it was over $27 million worth of requests that we had. And obviously, we don't have that kind of money.
The application for the Small Business Support Grant can be found at danebuylocal.com. That is on your screen right now. Applications will be reviewed by a committee and accepted until mid-June, but that could change depending on how long the $10 million lasts.
The Trump administration says more than 2.2 million small business loans, worth a total of $175 billion, have been made already in the second round of the Paycheck Protection Program. The average size of those loans, just under $8,000. The White House says since the launch of PPP, 3.8 million loans totaling more than $500 billion have been made. In Wisconsin, a Middleton adult entertainment club is being ruled eligible to receive those emergency loans from the federal government. A judge ruled in favor of the owners of Selk Exotic Gentlemen's Club, with locations in Milwaukee and Middleton. Their loan applications had at first been rejected because of the nature of their business.
Well, with Wisconsin's tourism season approaching, popular spots in the Wisconsin Dells are making some plans to reopen. At Pirates Cove, there are still too many unknowns to set an opening day for the mini golf courses. In the meantime, they're adding precautions like hand sanitizer stations and increasing disinfecting procedures for putters and golf balls. The Wisconsin Dells Visitors and Convention Bureau says that reopening will likely be a slow process. They are cautiously optimistic, though, for summer.
It's always trying to kind of anticipate what those changes will be and then how each individual business adjusts what they do to welcome their visitors back safely.
Today actually kicks off National Tourism Week. Later this week on News 3 Now this morning, Christina Laurie will have an update on how Wisconsin Dells resorts are planning changes ahead of reopening.
Businesses that support the nation's food supply are, of course, considered essential. But for meat farmers, staying open has come at a cost. Terry Quam is an Angus beef cattle farmer in Lodi. Quam's farm is in its 5th generation, but one that's never operated in an environment like this.
There's no handbook for this. There's no answer of when things are going to come around and be normal. When will people get to go back to the restaurants and eat the healthy beef that we produce at the restaurants?
Now, Quam's farm is the first link in a farm-to-table food supply chain that's significantly impacted by the coronavirus pandemic. Bloomberg News reports the butchering of cattle is down 37% from this time last year. In the pork industry, that number's at 35%. Those reductions are already affecting the price and supply at grocery stores. Several retailers are beginning to implement purchase limits for some products, and wholesale prices for both pork and beef are on the rise.
And if we didn't have enough to worry about in 2020, now there are Asian giant hornets in the U.S. for the first time. They are very invasive and potentially deadly. Researchers nicknamed it murder hornets.
What?
Yeah, they're venomous. The sting could actually kill a human if you're stung several times. They're also strong enough to puncture a beekeeper's suit. The hornets are more than 2 inches long and have reportedly been attacking beehives in Washington state. Nowhere else right now, just in Washington state. So we don't have too much to worry about. Scientists do not yet know how they made it to the U.S.
What else can happen? Honestly.
Nightmare fuel right there. That's what that is.
Murder hornet, Josh. It's a murder hornet.
I keep thinking like 2 inches, and I'm just like, if that thing were to come at me, I don't know what I would do.
Run.
I would run. I'd be screaming like a little girl. I'd be doing everything to get away from that.
I'm going to use that white fabric that I've been using to make masks, just to make a white flag.
Oh my
Start
goodness.
waving it.
For the rest of the year.
What else can we have happen this year? I don't even know.
Oh my goodness. All right, well, I have better news in the weather department.
That's good.
We'll start with that. It was a very windy day yesterday. Take a look at some of these wind gusts. 48 miles an hour in Sheboygan. Lone Rock topped at 43 miles an hour, 40-mile-an-hour wind gusts in Middleton. Nothing like that in the forecast today. Things are going to be much quieter. High pressure is settling in from the north. Skies are clear right now, but it's hard to ignore all this moisture in the form of cloud cover and rain off to our west. Now, the clouds are going to sneak into southern Wisconsin later on today. Rain should hold off until later tonight. There is quite a contrast in temperatures, though. 36 here in Madison, 33 in Wausau, getting pretty close to the freezing point there. Contrast that with 54 in Des Moines, 61 in Omaha this morning. Minneapolis is even still in the 40s. So it is significantly cooler here. A cold front moved through the area yesterday, and we're feeling the effects today. We're starting off in the mid-30s in many spots. Prairie du Chien is the only area still in the 40s with 43 degrees right now. Luckily, our winds are much lighter. Your future track wind speeds through the day today showing you that those winds increase to around 10 to 12 miles an hour this afternoon. Winds will be from the north and east, so that is going to be a rather cool wind off of Lake Michigan for us. Temperatures will definitely be cooler to the east. Here's a look at your forecast then. Future Track shows you clear skies this morning. By lunchtime, temperatures will be back in the 50s with sunshine across the area. Watch the clouds move in, though, for the afternoon. From the south and west, those clouds begin to advance into the area. It turns cloudy tonight. Temperatures will drop back into the 30s and 40s overnight once again. We should bottom out around 39 here in Madison. There's that chance for rain, though, heading our way by early tomorrow morning. Here's a look at your extended forecast. Not very warm across southern Wisconsin. We are stuck in the 50s for the next 10 days. That is well below normal for this time of the year. Tomorrow will be a little chilly as well with clouds and some showers. High of just 52.
I was telling Josh earlier, it could be worse. We could have grapple.
That is true.
Or
I think
hail.
you just wanted to say the word drop.
Or tornadoes. Exactly. I did. I wanted to drop my weather knowledge on you, Chris. Are you impressed?
Yeah.
All
We
right.
just had some grapple what, a week or two ago.
We
maybe?
did. It's
We had some
possible.
grapple.
Addie, thank you. 6:07 now. The Native American healthcare system is being pushed to its limit as the number of coronavirus cases surges among their population. At least 3,600 cases have been reported, and according to The Hill, 2,200 of those are in the Navajo Nation. At one point, the number of cases within the Navajo were growing faster per capita than New York City. The Department of Health and Human Services has since opened 3 sites in Arizona and New Mexico to relieve underfunded Native healthcare centers.
Happening now, the first doses of the newly FDA-approved drug remdesivir could be sent out to hospitals as soon as today. Gilead, the maker of the drug, donated their entire supply, which is enough to complete between 100 and 200,000 treatments. They say it will be sent to patients who tested positive for the coronavirus this week. The CEO of the company tells Face the Nation they're working with the company to get the medicine to the cities and patients who need it most.
President Trump says he's very confident that there will be a vaccine for the coronavirus by the end of the year. That statement comes from a virtual town hall the president participated in on Fox News last night. He says that it is an ambitious goal and that doctors would advise him against making it. These comments come days after the announcement on his latest project dubbed Operation Warp Speed, which aims to speed up the development of a working vaccine and have 300 million doses ready for distribution by January.
British Prime Minister Boris Johnson says his doctors were prepared to announce his death following a stint in the hospital last month. The Prime Minister said his condition deteriorated rapidly from the coronavirus and that at one point it, quote, could have gone either way. Johnson spent 3 days in the ICU and received oxygen treatment to assist his breathing. The Prime Minister told The Sun that even though he made it through, it's all thanks to the nursing staff at his hospital. New this morning, YouTube is taking steps to help remove misinformation about the coronavirus online by deleting the account of David Icke. Icke is the conspiracy theorist who promoted a fictional link between the coronavirus and 5G. Facebook has made a similar move, deleting Icke's page on Friday. Newsweek reports Ike has been claiming that the vaccine for coronavirus could be used to insert microchips into the population and allow people to be controlled by 5G. England's national medical director calls his claims nonsense.
Dr. Anthony Fauci now in the running for one of the highest honors for a civil servant. Fauci is nominated for the Paula A. Volcker Career Achievement Medal. Bloomberg News says the winner of the medal will be announced this fall. The public can also weigh in on the awards with the People's Choice Award. If you'd like to vote, you can follow the link on your screen. It is servicetoamericamedals.org.
All right, 6:10 right now. Let's take a look at your traffic on a Monday morning. Right now, we are seeing a few delays on the Beltline near Verona Road. Also popping up along East Washington Avenue and the typical delays near Stoughton Road on the Beltline this morning. Wider look right now at Dane County. No crashes or major delays to speak of. There's a closer look at your drive times. Around 25 minutes from Janesville to the Beltline, 15 minutes from Soxley to Middleton, and 9 minutes from Sun Prairie to downtown. So off and going on this Monday. All right, 6:10 right now. Still ahead for us. We're tracking the latest this morning as police investigate a shooting in a Madison park.
And Costco is set to enact new policies today to make their stores safer for customers and make sure there's enough supplies to go around. We'll tell you the new rules next.
6:10, you're watching News 3 Now this morning.
With Herzing University's Everywhere Classroom, you can earn a degree in today's hottest fields, anywhere, anytime. Take an online course free and get comfortable with online learning. I'm possible at Herzing. Learn more today.
During these challenging times, many Habitat homeowners are hard at work on the front lines. Others have lost their jobs. Please consider making a donation to ease their financial burden and help us bring stability to families in our community.
We asked real customers what they really love about Spectrum Internet and TV.
Spectrum Internet has the fastest speeds for everything I do.
There is no turning wheel. It's immediate.
Spectrum is the fastest. Bam.
Get the fastest download speeds with the most reliable performance with Spectrum Internet, delivering starting speeds of 200 megabits. That's more than enough for all your devices for $44.99 a month. Call 833-906-4499.
I can't get over how much on-demand Spectrum has. I can literally watch a new movie every night.
I got all my shows, and he's got all his shows.
With the Spectrum TV app, I can watch live TV anywhere. It's perfect.
Add Spectrum TV and enjoy more free HD and more free on-demand. Plus, use the Spectrum TV app to watch live TV on the go, all from $44.99 a month. Call 833-906-4499.
The fact that they don't have contracts, that says a lot about their service.
Get Spectrum Internet and TV from $44.99 a month each with no contracts. Install Spectrum services yourself. Get a self-installation kit shipped right to your home. Call 833-906-4499.
Yeah, sure. I'm a home builder. I go to Nuns. Why? Well, my clients love them because they have all those fancy schmancy carpets. You know, like those Smart Strand ones from Karastan that are just astonishingly soft to the touch. I'm more of a concrete floor guy myself. That fluffy stuff just doesn't do it for me. But hey, my clients, they love this fancy schmancy Karastan carpeting. So we go to Nuns.
Nuns, kitchen, bath, and flooring.
If your gums bleed when you brush, you may have gingivitis, and the clock could be ticking towards bad breath, receding gums, and possibly tooth loss. Help turn back the clock on gingivitis with Parodontax. Leave bleeding gums behind. Parodontax.
I'm Joanne Jenkins with AARP. In these challenging times, we need each other more than ever. We may be apart, but we're not alone. Use AARP Community Connections to find or create a mutual aid group near you. Stay connected and help those in need.
Duracell Optimum will be right where you need them today, tomorrow, the day after that, and the day after that, day after day. Packaging designed to make storage easier. Duracell Optimum.
Now is the time to change your life. Herzing University makes it possible without leaving home. Start studying online and take the first step toward a new career.
I'm possible at Herzing.
Welcome back. It's 6:13. Developing now, Madison police are investigating a shooting in the parking lot at Brittingham Park. Police say a disturbance between two groups led to a car accident last night, and then witnesses say they heard a gunshot as one of the vehicles was leaving the lot. MPD says it recovered one bullet casing near the overpass bridge on West Washington Avenue. No injuries or damage has been reported, but the investigation continues this morning. Also developing this morning, we're seeing one of the first major retailer casualties due to COVID-19. J.Crew says it will be filing for bankruptcy. It is the first national retailer to do so since the coronavirus pandemic began. The retailer filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy, but says it expects to emerge from this as a profitable company.
All right, time to bring your own mask with you today. If you're making a trip to Costco, the store is now the largest retailer to enforce a policy on face coverings starting this morning. They have to be worn at all times inside, and they're reminding folks these don't serve as a substitute for social distancing. You still have to do that. The company says children under 2 and folks who can't wear a mask because of a medical condition are exempt. Costco will also be limiting meat purchases at its stores. That applies to beef, pork, and poultry products at 3 products a member. The company is making some other changes too, like restricting the use of reusable bags and restricting its returns policy.
Macy's says they plan to reopen 68 stores on a limited basis today. The company's CEO says it'll start with stores in states that are easing coronavirus social distancing restrictions, like Georgia, Oklahoma, South Carolina, Texas, and Tennessee. All 775 Macy's stores could be opening in the next 6 weeks. Starbucks is also planning to reopen several stores this week with the hope of having 90% of company-owned stores in the U.S. open by June. Right now, roughly half of their U.S. locations are closed. The phased reopening will start with shorter operating hours and modified operations. Whether you're an Uber driver or rider, you'll need to start wearing a mask in the coming weeks. Uber says it's also in the process of developing technology to hold drivers and riders accountable. The company says it's trying to get masks out to drivers as soon as possible, but it could be a slow process because supplies are limited.
6:16 now. Big Ten schools are beginning to hold virtual commencement ceremonies for the class of 2020. Ohio State is among the first to hold online celebrations. They did so this past weekend. The school welcomed Apple CEO Tim Cook as its commencement speaker.
Graduates, I'm sorry that we're not celebrating together today. Your class is a special one, marked by history like few others in OSU's 150 years.
From his home office, Cook talked about the accomplishments of FDR and Amelia Earhart and how they dealt with challenges posed by the 1918 flu epidemic. UW-Madison will celebrate the class of 2020 next Saturday in a virtual commencement ceremony of their own. The video content will be pre-recorded. UW seniors will still get the chance to attend an in-person ceremony, though. They'll have the chance to go to this winter's or next spring's event at Camp Randall.
6:17 right now. Beautiful shot from the WIC TV Skycam this morning, but looks can be deceiving. It's not going to be quite as warm as it was yesterday.
Yeah, you'll want your jacket as you head out the door early this morning. We're definitely talking a big cool down this week. Take a look at our current temperatures. We're down to 36 here in Madison, 35 in the Dells. Platteville, you're starting at 37 degrees. Our day planner temperatures with some sunshine this morning will be climbing through the 40s, but we're turning mostly cloudy this afternoon with a high of 57 degrees. Now, as far as that extended outlook is concerned, we are going to trend cooler than normal right through the next 10 days. Temperatures stay in the 50s for highs. Normally by this time of the year, as we go through the first part of May, we are typically in the 60s. So a little bit cool for that extended forecast. A look ahead, though, we do have some rain in the forecast as well. We'll talk more about that in just a few minutes.
All right, I'll put away the shorts. Thanks, Hattie. 6:18 now. Chances are you're spending a lot more time at home these days. Consumer Reports has some suggestions on some indoor projects to help stave off cabin fever and improve your home. Making breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week may be taking a toll on your small appliances. If your toaster oven is your go-to, it could have a buildup of grease and food splatters. To clean it, first unplug the oven. Soak the racks and trays in soapy water. It's easier to clean the interior when it's a little warm. Use a sponge or old rag and avoid getting liquid on the heating elements. Wipe down the exterior and you're done. Then show your coffee maker some love. Run equal parts water and vinegar through the machine, followed by plain water, using baking soda and a damp sponge on the carafe and the plate. And there's no time like the present to pull the filters out of your vacuum cleaner so you can keep it from losing suction or blowing dirt back into the air. Locate the small washable filters as well. Rinse the filter from that dehumidifier in the basement and put it back to work, keeping your air dry. And those greasy filters in the vent hood above your range will benefit from a soapy soak. Check the manufacturer's instructions to see if they're dishwasher safe.
The world will look a little brighter through clean windows, especially if the kids help. Start with the window frame and channels. Vacuum any dirt, then wipe the frame with a sponge dipped in warm water and a little liquid dish soap. For window washing, timing is key.
Did you know that full sun can heat up your glass, causing your solution to dry up quickly and leave streaks? That's why it's a good idea to clean your windows on an overcast day.
Start at the top and spray the glass. Plain water with a teeny bit of dish soap will work. A squeegee will do a great job of drying the window if you pull it down from top to bottom and wipe away excess water. Now give yourself some time to relax and enjoy the view. You've earned it.
All right, one final task not to miss. Consumer Reports says it's super easy to pop out that filter on your air conditioner, even though we probably won't use it for a good week or two. Give it a pass with a vacuum and a good rinse, then pop it back in when it's dry. It'll go a long way toward improving your air quality and keeping you cool.
Good time to do though now.
It is.
Yeah. 20 minutes past 6 o'clock, and coming up, we have the winners for yesterday's Safe at Home Challenge, plus look ahead to today's.
And in our next half hour, the state Supreme Court is set to take up arguments against the governor's extended safer at home order. We're going to take a look at how a similar situation played out in a neighboring state.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning. Thanks for joining us on your Monday morning. We'll be right back.
With a nursing degree, helping others went from a job to a career.
Needed Relief Day Spa and Wellness is a place to relax, be pampered, and revitalize your life. While we're temporarily closed, you can still purchase Needed Relief instant gift cards online. The perfect Mother's Day gift that she or anyone will cherish when we reopen.
It's exactly what I needed.
From our family to yours, we want to encourage you to keep going. Keep protecting what's most important. Keep hopeful in the face of all this. Keep believing. Keep being strong. Keep supporting the people on the front line. Keep staying together while staying apart. Keep being fearless. And most of all, keep dreaming. American Family Insurance is mailing our personal auto insurance customers a premium relief payment to help them keep going. We'll keep being here when you need us.
Carrier asks, what does comfort mean to you? A cool breeze on a scorching day, a cozy corner on a cold night, or knowing every room of the house is as inviting as the next. Comfort means more than just the temperature, and the people who invented modern air conditioning keep inventing new ways to make you comfortable, like cool cash rebates of up to $1,650. Carrier, turn to the experts.
Call your factory authorized dealer. General Heating and Air Conditioning, protecting your home and business since 1946.
Hi, it's Jan from Toyota. Many of you still need to be on the road right now. Toyota is here to help.
We're offering an incredible 0% on our most popular Toyotas. That's 0% on Camry, 0% on RAV4, or 0% on Tacoma. Plus, Toyota will defer your payments for up to 90 days. And if you need service for your current vehicle, our service centers remain open.
We're here for you. Contact your local Toyota dealer to see how they can help. Toyota.
More than 70 years ago, we at Festival Foods began serving this proud state, building strong relationships founded on trust, compassion, and our unwavering commitment to ensuring that you and your family feel at home every time you visit Festival Foods. It's times like these that remind us that family and home are what truly matter most. So we're using this moment just to let you know that Festival Foods is here for you, because family always looks after family. Be safe, Wisconsin.
We here at Brothers Maine wanted to check in with everyone in the light of the COVID-19 epidemic. We're going to do everything we can here at our store to make sure everything's clean, disinfected, and ready for customers to come in and shop with us. Not only can we come to your house and set up the products as we normally would, but we're also going to be offering a free drop-off service in Dane and Rock County. There's nothing more important to our company than making sure that our employees and our customers are safe and healthy.
Just about 6:24 on this Monday, and it's time to take a look at the winner for this weekend's Safe at Home Challenge, where we asked you to show off your weekend takeout feast.
Check this picture out. This will get you hungry this morning. Winner's dreaming of a day at the ballpark with a Mallard's snack pack.
Okay, they've got the works here. They have cotton candy, cheese curds, barbecue, coleslaw, and of course, can't go to the ball game without a growler of beer.
Yes. They're missing the brats, though.
Ooh, that's a good point.
Yeah, a brat or two to that
A little
pack.
cheesy brat.
Now you're talking.
Big fan. Making us hungry there, sir. Congrats to today's winner. You're going to be getting a gift card to a local business.
And now for tomorrow's challenge. Today is May the 4th, also known as Star Wars Day. So we want to see how you are celebrating Star Wars.
Are you marathoning the movies or having a lightsaber battle? You can check out, this is our producer Jake's stash right here. He's working from home this week. Looks like he's got quite the stash there.
I'm a little jealous.
Is he working right now or watching Star Wars?
That's a good question.
Good question, Jake.
Remember, it is super easy to do. All you have to do is submit online. Just go to channel3000.com/safeathome to send in your pictures. This has been so much fun over the last couple of months, giving us something to smile about as we're all stuck at home.
Right.
I think we're going to see some good ones tomorrow.
Oh, I hope so. It's a good time to stay inside anyway, Hattie. Kind of cold.
Yeah, definitely not as nice as it was yesterday. If you are headed outside for a walk with your pet, take a look at Allie in Sauk City. Good dog there. That's a treat right on her nose. 56 degrees with more clouds moving in by 3, so it's not going to be as warm as it was yesterday. In fact, we're starting off in the 30s this morning, 36 here in Madison as well as Janesville. Again, over the next 12 hours, temperatures will steadily climb, but will stop in the 50s later on today. We do have some rain in the forecast overnight tonight towards tomorrow morning. Some rain moving in, especially south and west of Madison. That rain chance continues through Tuesday most of the day, so there's a chance to get wet tomorrow.
All right, Hattie, thank you very much. Stay with us. More News 3 Now This Morning is back right after the break. We'll see you then.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Get a deal on the #1 selling subcompact tractor in the U.S. for over 10 years. Get the Kubota BX 2380 for payments as low as $99 a month.
In 1930, we began helping people in Milwaukee who were hurt and killed by the carelessness of others. Over the past 89 years, the awards for our clients totals well into the billions of dollars, probably more than all the other personal injury firms in the state combined. When you do something for so long, you tend to get pretty good at it. And we will continue that fight for justice every day in towns throughout Wisconsin. Habish, and Rotier.
Here at Weedman Lawn Care, we believe that your lawn should be a place where memories are made, a source of pride, relaxation, and fun for the whole family. That's why we proudly offer a child and pet-friendly program, so you can enjoy a healthier, greener, weed-free lawn without sacrificing peace of mind.
Our program offers effective, targeted weed control, and our golf course quality fertilizer creates a beautiful outdoor space. Don't your kids and grandkids deserve a Weedman lawn? Trust the lawn care experts. Trust Weedman.
Govan Cars is having a huge markdown sale where you can buy a new body style 2018 Chevy Equinox starting at only $13,995 or $219 per month. That's right, Govan Cars has 2018 Chevy Equinoxes starting at $13,995 or $219 per month, all with remaining factory warranty. So just come on in and visit our family-owned and operated business for over 50 years and ask for Crystal the Pistol Govan. Go to Govan Cars East or West.
You gotta go to Govan, GovanCars.com.
RHD Plumbing has the most reliable professionals in the industry. With honesty you can trust to deliver quality products and workmanship, dedicated to being the best. RHD Plumbing now offers complete bathroom and kitchen remodeling, the best plumbers, and everything else you need to finish your dream project. For your home or business, get the job done right the first time, with no surprises. With the reliable, honest, and dedicated plumbing professionals of RHD Plumbing, proudly serving all of Dane County.
U.S. Cellular.
Yeah. New customer? What's the deal?
Unlimited data, just $30 a month.
But what's the deal with the signal? It works everywhere. It's crazy.
Sure, you're going into signal shock. Just breathe with me. Unlimited data. Strong signal.
Strong signal.
All for $30 a month.
U.S. Cellular.
And now when you switch, you can also get $700 off the latest phones with no trade-in required. Now that's fair. U.S. Cellular. Choose fair.
Get a deal on the #1 selling compact tractor in the U.S. for over 10 years. Get the L2501 HST for payments as low as $149 a month.
Sun shining on southern Wisconsin this morning is going to give way to clouds later on today. I'll have the full forecast in just a few minutes.
Plus, the country with the most coronavirus deaths is reopening today. We're tracking the latest out of Italy this morning.
This is News 3 Now this morning.
Good Monday morning, everyone, and thanks for joining us on this May 4th. I'm Josh Sprider.
I'm Chris Stanford.
And I'm Leah Lynchide. We're happy to have Chris back with us this week after moving his family up here to Wisconsin. Chris, just a couple of speed bumps, otherwise smooth sailing?
Yeah, you know, a couple of kids throwing up in the car, you know, a few hiccups with the movers. No, but we're fine. But everybody's here now, which is great. So thanks for being okay with a few days off to help me make the transition. But we're all back, and we are ready to go.
Hey, we're glad to have the whole Stanford family back where they belong in Wisconsin. All right, to the top headlines this morning. We're tracking the latest numbers on the coronavirus here in Wisconsin, where there are just under 8,000 confirmed cases. But that number isn't what government and health officials are focusing so much on as the percent of positive cases. This right here is the most up-to-date information from DHS. From Saturday to Sunday, the state saw a 1% increase in positive cases out of the total number tested. Under the Badger Bounce Back Plan, this orange dotted line right here needs to start to slope downward for the economy to reopen. Right now, you can see as of May 2nd, it's still slightly increasing as the days go on.
Well, the fate of the governor's Safer at Home extension will be decided by the state Supreme Court. Justices will hear oral arguments starting tomorrow in the lawsuit looking to block the extension. GOP lawmakers say that the DHS secretary doesn't have the authority to extend it, while Governor Evers says the move is a political power grab. The order is currently set to last until May 26th. Well, there's a similar situation playing out in Illinois. The U.S. District Judge there says Governor J.B. Pritzker's stay-at-home order is constitutional. The Sun-Times reports a church in Lano, which is a village about 50 miles west of Rockford, filed a complaint to hold services during the order. In his decision, the judge said the right to practice religion freely does not include liberty to expose the community to communicable disease.
Developing right now overseas, Italy is starting to slowly reopen parts of its economy today. Take a look at this new video just into the newsroom this morning. Manufacturing and construction are starting back up, and restaurants will be allowed to do takeout service. But restaurants, bars, and coffee shops still won't be allowed to see customers for the next few weeks. The New York Times reports small business owners say the requirements make business virtually impossible. Italy has seen the worst of this pandemic with nearly 29,000 coronavirus-related deaths. They have the second most cases in Europe, just below Spain with more than 210,000 confirmed cases.
In the U.S., another state is taking similar measures. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis is reopening most of his state today with what he's calling a tailored surgical approach. Restaurants and stores can now let customers inside, but only at 25% capacity. Customers will have to follow social distancing guidelines as well. Movie theaters, bars, gyms, and salons are expected to open later. The hardest hit areas, though, including Broward, Miami-Dade, and Palm Beach counties, are all excluded. Those account for 6.2 million Floridians.
6:32 right now. The U.S. Supreme Court is set to break history twice today. In just a few hours, cases will be argued over the phone, and you'll be allowed to listen in. The court has never heard a case over the phone and has never allowed live audio coverage of its arguments. The New York Times reports justices will ask questions one by one in order of seniority. Today's argument is a minor trademark dispute, but other cases that will be argued in the next few weeks will have a much bigger impact on Americans. They include how the Electoral College can cast votes. Another is a case to allow access to free birth control under the Affordable Care Act.
U.S. senators are also going back to work today, but they won't all be getting tested for coronavirus. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell and House Speaker Nancy Pelosi respectfully declined an offer from the White House to get testing on Capitol Hill. They say they want to direct those resources to frontline facilities fighting the COVID outbreak instead. The attending physician on Capitol Hill says he doesn't have the resources to regularly test all senators, so for now, they'll be reserved for people with symptoms.
A CBS News poll shows who registered Democratic voters want to see considered for VP alongside Joe Biden. Elizabeth Warren comes in at the top of a list here, with 71% of those polled going for her, followed by Kamala Harris, Stacey Abrams, Amy Klobuchar, and Tammy Duckworth, the senator from Illinois. Now, voters have these preferences with certain qualities in mind. They want to see someone with crisis management experience and economic expertise, in addition to national security and legislative experience. Now, because of coronavirus concerns, more Americans than ever before are expected to vote by mail come November, and that's creating challenges for election officials who have to figure out how to speed up printing and mailing ballots. Nearly a quarter of the 136 million presidential ballots cast in 2016 were mailed in, and that number is expected to rise. NPR reports that existing ballot printing services could become overwhelmed if states expand mail-in voting.
In the First Warn Weather Center, we want to show you some incredible images this morning of a 34-car pileup in Plainfield. Police say the crashes happened after a dust storm made it hard for drivers to see. It closed the northbound and southbound lanes of I-39 just south of Stevens Point yesterday. 4 people were hurt, but they are expected to be okay. Some crazy images out there, but not too surprising with that incredible wind we saw yesterday. I was in the car, and it was just had me all over the road.
I know. Those winds were gusting in excess of 40 miles an hour,
Wow.
Josh, so not hard to see that those pictures. And here's one that Lou sent in. Again, this one taken just south of Stevens Point on the interstate. You can see how visibility is reduced with all that dust blowing across the road. Easy to see how an accident could happen with those conditions. Now, we're not talking those strong winds today. A cold front has moved through the area. Call it a backdoor cold front because it really swings down Lake Michigan, moves rather quickly over the water. It does cool things down, though, pretty quickly. Take a look at that temperature trend, dropping about 20-25 degrees in just a few hours here in Madison. We are definitely starting off on a cooler note this morning, but we have the sunshine. Here's a look from the WIC-TV sky camera. Beautiful shot early this morning with the sun up. It is 36 degrees here in Madison and the Dells, in Camp Douglas, down to 32 now, so at the freezing point there. So 40s on the map, not as many this hour, just 43 in Prairie du Chien. Otherwise, it looks like everybody else in the 30s this morning. Winds are from the northeast. They are much lighter right now. They will increase a little bit today, but not as bad as yesterday. That northeasterly wind around 10 to 12 miles an hour as we head into the afternoon. So still a little breezy at times, but again, not as bad as what we had on Sunday. Your future track forecast model showing you clear skies early this morning. By 8 o'clock, most locations should be back into the 40s. Again, we are looking at an increase in the clouds today, but through the lunch hour, we'll keep that sunshine for southern Wisconsin. By lunchtime today, should be back in the low 50s. Clouds spread in from west to east as we go through the afternoon, and high temperatures only reach the mid to upper 50s today. Clouds will stay put tonight. We're looking at mostly cloudy skies with temperatures dropping back into the low 40s and upper 30s. By tomorrow morning, though, some rain starting to move in from the south and west, and we do have that rain in the forecast then on Tuesday. Your high temperature with clouds and rain, a little cooler tomorrow, even 52 for the high. That extended forecast has kind of a break from our nice springtime temperatures that we had yesterday. We are stuck in the 50s right into next week. Again, mainly a quiet weather pattern for us, though, so that is the good news.
Boy, no end in sight. What's the average this time of year, Hads?
About 65 degrees.
All right.
So.
Well, it could be worse.
Yes,
Thank you, Hattie. 6:37 your time now. U.S. officials say China covered up the extent of the coronavirus outbreak and how contagious it is to stock up on medical supplies. A Department of Homeland Security report says Chinese leaders, quote, intentionally concealed the severity of the pandemic in early January. The Trump administration has recently intensified its criticism of that country's response to the pandemic. Meanwhile, Wisconsin's sister state in China is helping us grow our supply of personal protective equipment. Governor Evers says the state now has 10,000 masks and 1,000 medical outfits from the Heilongjiang province. That's in northeastern China. The state of Wisconsin has had that sister state relationship with the province for nearly 40 years now.
A Wisconsin native is working as a nurse in one of the hardest hit areas in the U.S., caring for patients with COVID-19. Doing it in New York City, and he's been doing it for the past month.
Work and live in a very rural area. So coming to the Big Apple, you know, it's so populated here and dense population, and working with really sick people. You know, we see 30-year-olds wearing oxygen and stuff that I wouldn't see at home.
That was Nico there, Nico Edward. He was working as a nurse in Anago, where he's from, but in the last month, he's been working at a naval hospital in New York City. He says his faith is helping him through the tough times working on the front lines.
We are all spending a lot of time at home right now, and it can be stressful for families, but it's also a great time to teach kids how to be creative with things like exercise and healthy eating.
I'm sure a lot of parents out there have run out of things to do with their kids, so Amanda Quintana this morning shows us some ways to make life fun right now.
In this week's Time for Kids segment, we're focusing on getting creative in the kitchen and exploring kid-friendly recipes. Experts say involving kids in the cooking process and allowing them to pick out some of the ingredients can make for a more adventurous eater. During stressful times, we often crave sweet or salty foods that don't have nutritional value. Megan Tim with SSM Health says now is a great time to let kids experiment with healthier options.
I encourage you to get your kids to eating healthier foods by challenging them to eat the rainbow. Eating foods such as strawberries and apples, grapes, kiwis, bananas, all are really sweet foods still, but are a little bit healthier of an option.
There are a lot of healthy recipes that kids of all ages can at least help with, like this smiley face bagel. We have some other kid-friendly recipes that were submitted to us through our Time for Kids campaign. They are kid-tested and dietitian approved. You can check out those recipes on our website at channel3000.com. Just click on Time for Kids under the More tab.
Amanda Quintana, thank you. 6:40 right now. Let's take a look at your first warn traffic this morning. No real problems to talk about. A couple delays here downtown along East Washington Avenue and usual delays on Stoughton Road this morning. Closer look at Rock County. We do see some delays just north on I-39, just north of Janesville this morning. There's your drive times, though. Everything's still in the green. Average speed right now on the interstate around 68 miles an hour. Let's take a live look outside. It is 6:41 right now. Look at the sunshine. It looks nice outside, but it's not going to be quite as nice as it was this weekend. Hattie's talking about cooler temperatures and the return of some showers coming up in her forecast.
And how about some happy news to start out your Monday? We're talking about how a family is helping folks right here in our own community with a generous donation from half a world away. That's when News 3 Now this morning continues.
MG&E, building your community energy company for the future through the power of working together. Committed to cleaner, more sustainable energy, driven by innovation, fostered by shared values. Visit MGE2050.com.
Only your locally owned Cub Cadet dealer has genuine parts, accessories, trained service technicians, and the widest selection of innovative Cub Cadet products. We're here for you whenever you need us, with expert service and support to keep your equipment running at peak performance for years to come. And with great deals available, there's never been a better time to buy at your local dealership. To find a dealer near you, visit CubCadetDealers.com.
We may be stopped, but the people we need, they keep moving, so we can start again. Thank you.
Washing my hands, sometimes hundreds of times a day, made the cracks worse.
We're constantly washing our hands to maintain a sanitary condition so your hands are always rough.
Try O'Keeffe's Working Hands. It's America's #1 hand cream for guaranteed relief of dry, cracked hands.
Coming together makes us stronger, and Ford is built to lend a hand. Contact your Ford dealer, an essential part of your community, to find out more about home delivery and other vehicle service options. After all, you have a lot to take care of. Let us help take care of you. Find out more at Ford.com. Right now, qualified buyers can get 0% financing for 72 months, plus 3 months deferred payments on select 2020 Ford models.
From our family to yours, we want to encourage you to keep going. Keep protecting what's most important. Keep hopeful in the face of all this. Keep believing. Keep being strong. Keep supporting the people on the front line. Keep staying together while staying apart. Keep being fearless. And most of all, keep dreaming. American Family Insurance is mailing our personal auto insurance customers a premium relief payment to help them keep going. We'll keep being here when you need us.
MG&E, building your community energy company for the future through the power of working together. Committed to cleaner, more sustainable energy, driven by innovation, fostered by shared values. Visit MGE2050.com.
News 3 Now.
Protesters ignore state orders to stay at home.
Disappointed and frightened by what the protests would pose in our state.
Providing you with the facts.
We need a decrease in the amount of positive tests as a percent of the total tests for 14 days.
About how the coronavirus outbreak is impacting our community.
A drive-by salute to the workers in Madison.
For the latest information, safety advice, and breaking news, watch News 3 Now, your coronavirus headquarters.
Okay, so right now, as many of us know, hospitals around the world are still facing shortages when it comes to personal protective equipment.
Yeah, some states and countries have even had to compete to get their hands on the stuff. But there's one family 6,000 miles away, making sure our community stays safe and reminding us in the meantime that we're all in this together. It's now
St. Mary's kind of a lucky hospital.
Common knowledge.
Yes,
yes, indeed.
These folks, the frontline fighters facing coronavirus daily, are our heroes.
St. Mary's, brought these two angels to me.
The Lee family, though, has known that much longer than the rest of us.
I'm
nearly 10. No, you're almost 9.
In fact, for a decade now, while the family was living in Madison, their oldest was delivered at St. Mary's, and their second followed. Something of a miracle when you hear the story.
So they have 3 years gap, but they birthed at the same date, May 19th.
10 years later, the Lees are half a world away, back home in China. But they haven't forgotten their home away from hometown heroes.
We decided that we are going to mail 2,000 masks to St. Mary's Hospital to say thank you.
To hear that one family brought us 2,000 masks, that makes a big difference.
St. Mary's Hospital hands out up to 600 masks a day to its staff. Not only does the Lee's donation cover all St. Mary's employees for days on end, it will enable the hospital to offer masks to visitors as well.
We're so grateful that they remembered us in our time of need because the staff took care of them in their time of great need.
For the rest of us, it might take a pandemic to properly thank the heroes among us.
All the message we want to deliver is a simple thank you.
So maybe this is a lesson in heart from our neighbors 6,000 miles away about becoming something like heroes ourselves.
I wish everyone in Madison is healthy, happy, and safe.
All right, there was Gloria and Grace. A huge thank you to the Lee family. I mean, 2,000 masks is an incredible donation.
That's going to go a long way, and it's all because of the impression that healthcare staff made here when that family was getting cared for 10 years ago, and that wouldn't have been possible without the people at our local healthcare facilities.
Shout out to St. Mary's for their care.
That's right, an amazing gift. And we are continuing to feature someone on News 3 Now this morning who is fighting the coronavirus on the front lines.
Today we are thanking Michael Nunn. He's a custodian at Blackhawk Technical College. He sent this in saying he's working to keep the college clean right now. A big thanks to Michael and all the other custodians and janitorial staff out there taking care of all of our places so we can get back to a clean environment when it is safe to do so.
So Chris noticed earlier, it looks like Michael has a homemade mask on. So aside from being a custodian, quite the sewer there. There you go.
Yeah, just an example of why we need the mask. It looks like he's done a custom job there to rig one up so he doesn't have to, put anybody at risk of exposure while he's on his job. So we thank Michael and all of the custodial workers out there this morning for everything that they do to keep us safe right now.
That's right. A big thank you from all of us here at News 3 Now. Let's get on to the weather this morning. What you need to know is that it is much colder outside this morning than yesterday. Skies are clear, so it looks nice outside. Here's the view from the Edgewater Sky Camera, looking at the sunshine over downtown Madison. Temperatures, though, are running about 10 to 15 degrees colder than what they were this time yesterday. Here's a look at your temperature trend today. We're starting off in the 30s, climbing to highs only in the mid to upper 50s later on today. Coming up, just a few minutes, we'll talk more about those chances for rain that are returning to the forecast.
All right, Hattie, thank you very much. 6:48 on your Monday morning. Coming up in the morning sprint, we're talking about a senator's plan to give essential workers like Michael a pay bump.
But first, if you have a little kid turning 3 soon, please let us know so we can show their picture on TV. It is 6:48. Thanks for watching News 3 Now this morning. We'll be right back.
large fleet of service vehicles are nearby, and our mobile fabrication shops allow us to save you time and money. When your home comfort system needs servicing or replacing, turn to the experts at Carrier and General Heating and Air Conditioning.
Needed Relief Day Spa and Wellness is a place to relax, be pampered, and revitalize your life. While we're temporarily closed, you can still purchase Needed Relief instant gift cards online. The perfect Mother's Day gift that she or anyone will cherish when we reopen.
It's exactly what I needed.
Wow, you ready?
Yeah, let me just grab my wallet.
Uh-oh, I've seen this before. Wallet way too big, skinny jeans too skinny.
I'll just carry it.
Before you break something, you should know you don't actually need a wallet. With BMO Harris, you can just take cash out with your phone. Or if you need to, you can pay them with Zelle. That works? Yeah. You're stuck, aren't you?
Smile.
Woo! Those jeans are way too tight.
That feeling you get when no wallet is no big deal. That's the BMO effect.
You love your business. Every day, you coddle it, pamper it. Maybe the growing pains were hard, but you put everything into it, nurtured it, and fed it, so it would grow. It's only natural that you'd want to protect it with the right insurance. Pamper your business with a policy from Westband and wrap it in the cozy warmth of the silver lining.
Hi, it's Jan from Toyota. Many of you still need to be on the road right now. Toyota is here to help.
We're offering an incredible 0% on our most popular Toyotas. That's 0% on Camry, 0% on RAV4, or 0% on Tacoma. Plus, Toyota will defer your payments for up to 90 days. And if you need service for your current vehicle, our service centers remain open.
We're here for you. Contact your local Toyota dealer to see how they can help. Toyota.
Only your locally owned Cub Cadet dealer has genuine parts, accessories, trained service technicians, and the widest selection of innovative Cub Cadet products. We're here for you whenever you need us, with expert service and support to keep your equipment running at peak performance for years to come. And with great deals available, there's never been a better time to buy at your local dealership. To find the dealer near you, visit CubCadetDealers.com.
General Heating and Air Conditioning. Our large fleet of service vehicles are nearby, and our mobile fabrication shops allow us to save you time and money. When your home comfort system needs servicing or replacing, turn to the experts at Carrier and General Heating and Air Conditioning.
Age at Home by a Grace. Care for the way you want to live.
It is 6:52 and time for the morning sprint.
We start with the latest coronavirus numbers here in Wisconsin. There are now just under 8,000 confirmed cases in the state. But what's more important to government and health officials is the percentage of positive cases. The most up-to-date information from DHS shows a 1% increase in positive cases from Saturday to Sunday. Under the Badger Bounce Back Plan, that orange line right there needs to be sloping downward for the economy to reopen.
The fate of the governor's Safer at Home extension will be decided by the state Supreme Court. Justices will hear oral arguments starting tomorrow in the lawsuit looking to block the extension. GOP lawmakers say that the DHS secretary doesn't have the authority to extend it. Governor Evers says this is a political power grab. The order is currently set to last until May 26th.
A similar situation is playing out to our south in Illinois. A U.S. district judge there ruled Governor J.B. Pritzker's stay-at-home order is constitutional. A church outside Rockford had filed a complaint to resume worship services with its 80 congregants. The judge wrote in his decision, the right to practice religion freely does not include liberty to expose the community to disease.
Happening now, Italy is starting to reopen some of its businesses this morning. Manufacturing and construction are starting back up, and restaurants will be allowed to do takeout service. But restaurants, bars, and coffee shops still won't be allowed to see customers for the next few weeks. The New York Times reports small business owners say the requirements make business virtually impossible. Italy has seen the worst of the pandemic with nearly 29,000 coronavirus-related deaths.
Frontline and essential workers could get a pay bump because of the pandemic going on right now. Republican Senator Mitt Romney has a proposal. It's called the Patriot Pay Act, or bill rather. It would give $12 an hour on top of normal wages for eligible employees. NPR reports the increase would last through July and would be paid for by employers with some help from the federal government.
U.S. officials say China covered up the extent of the coronavirus outbreak and how contagious it is to stock up on medical supplies. A Department of Homeland Security report shows China also didn't tell the World Health Organization that the virus was a contagion for most of January.
Wisconsin's sister state in China is helping us grow our supply of personal protective equipment. Governor Evers says that the state now has 10,000 masks and 1,000 medical outfits from the Heilongjiang province in northeast China. Wisconsin has had that sister state relationship with the province for nearly 40 years now.
South Korean officials say Kim Jong-un did not have surgery or any other medical procedure, contrary to reports from other news outlets. Politico reports Kim went to the completion of a factory on Friday, his first public appearance in about 20 days. Kim's health has been in question recently since CNN reported he was in grave danger after surgery in April.
Well, if you are headed to Costco, you will have to wear a mask. Costco is now the latest and largest company to require shoppers to wear masks inside stores. They're required at all times, starting today. Kids younger than 2 and people who can't wear masks because of medical conditions are exempt. And if you live on the east side of Madison, you could hear some extra noise this week. The 115th Fighter Wing of the Wisconsin Air National Guard will do evening training flights starting tonight. Crews are required to do the nighttime training for practice. So you could see or hear those F-16 jets taking off for landing around 10 p.m. each day until Thursday.
6:55, let's take a look at the roads this morning. We are still seeing some delays along East Washington Avenue. Some more delays popping up on Stoughton Road as you approach 151 this morning. Other than that, no crashes to speak of. If you're heading in from the interstate, around 4 minutes to John Nolan Drive, and you should be all in the green as you head into downtown this morning. That's your First Warn traffic.
And your First Warn weather forecast. We start in Platteville this morning. We just start to see a little high-level cloudiness moving into southwestern Wisconsin. Temperatures will definitely be cooler today, topping only in the mid to upper 50s. Winds from the east, though, much lighter than they were yesterday. It stays dry through the day today, but overnight tonight into tomorrow morning, our chances for rain start to increase here across southern Wisconsin. That extended forecast says it's going to stay cool for the next 10 days at least. High temperatures will be in the 50s, which is below normal for this time of the year.
Thanks, Hattie, and thank you for watching. We'll see you back here tomorrow.